out, say the wicked them no bar, we go far. Hear me now, star. All them a go on, none of them can't stop Fyah Sthar. Moving up. Somebody go call the moving truck.
You're listening to the Lion Heights PAWcast.
Yes, people, well, welcome back. You know, we took a little break for 2 weeks for the holidays, and now we're back. So give thanks. Is everybody here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're thankful to be back, and man, I want to say so much stuff has happened since we took that break. It's super crazy. But first off, how was everybody's holiday? Did anybody have a good break? Something to tell the people?
Just relaxed.
Just relaxed.
I went back to Delaware for a little bit and hung out. That was cool.
Yeah. I went to Texas. Tom went to
New Jersey, played a show in Philly. Well,
I said I went to Texas.
You stayed.
I went to Houston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Tom, you said I was trying to watch the show. You played a show in Philly or
That's
in
right. with
Jersey.
half of the band that I usually play with during the summer. It's my old band from Philly.
Yeah. But I couldn't watch the stream, so tell me what happened. What was the vibe?
Well, the vibe was we're going to do a live stream to release or to celebrate the release of an album by our lead singer, Moses Livingston. And we're originally going to do this in Moses' apartment, but it's in the middle of the city. There's nowhere to park. It just would have been a mess. So at the last minute, they moved it to a different venue, which was 15 minutes outside of the city at a pop-up wedding business. So it's just imagine a Las Vegas wedding on a somewhat smaller scale. So you walk in, there's like 5 tables and curtains behind it. It's all decked out in white, right?
We did that at the Sizzla Kalonji show. Remember that? It was in a wedding venue.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so fancy, and it was like, this is strange.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Yeah, it makes for a weird contrast. But we got there late, actually. We had a couple of guest musicians coming down from New York to join us. We didn't end up rehearsing with them until like just a little bit before the show.
So it's a very put-together band.
Yeah, very put together, very well organized.
Well, let's move on to some Lion Heights news as we normally do. We have some cool stuff going on. We have some shows coming up, finally. We have, what is it? The 15th at Heroes. We're going to be playing Fyah Sthar birthday, a good brethren of ours.
That's in Dallas.
Dallas at a club called Heroes. And we're also going to bring another brethren with us, Sean Austin, and going to do a little set with him.
Yep.
So, part of our thing for the new year and for this new time is like, we want to put each other on as a movement in Texas and in reggae music. So, if you come to see Lion Heights, you're probably going to get to see another artist or somebody that we bring along with us, because it's not just about us. There's so much talent here that we want to share the love. And then after that, we have literally the next day, January 16th, will be at the Empire Control Room in Austin. And Jeremy, since you're the main booking guy, you're the one that put this one together for that. Tell me more about, how different this one is going to be.
Yeah, so I didn't know at the time that this was going to be a socially distant, have to reserve your table kind of gig. But apparently that's what it is. And I guess I'm cool with that. I just feel like it's hard to get people to sign up for that. Yeah. But that is the conditions of the show, though, so it is what it is. But so you gotta order a table and reserve it ahead of time. You can do 4 and under or 8 max, kind of you have to have groups, and you buy them online. So if you follow us on social media, we'll have a link for you if you're gonna come. If you can even come in time by the time this comes out.
This will drop soon. Yeah, but it's good and bad, because I'm excited about it just because there has been people that expressed to us, oh, we don't feel safe coming to the show or blah, 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 but they like us. And that last Sahara show we did, people wanted to dance, and the Sahara Lounge was not letting people stand up and dance because they didn't want to get shut down, which I understand that.
Yeah.
So at this place, we're going to be outside. You have your own table. Hopefully, people will feel more comfortable, and it truly will be safer.
Yeah. I'm about it if it is.
Yeah, me too.
I just kind of think it's a hard sell, though, still.
it kind of is. So please, people, if you're feeling to
Yeah, if you want to
come out, support the thing. If not, don't stress it.
Yeah,
We're gonna play again.
we're gonna play, and we're playing with actually the Human Circuit and
Runes of Neptune.
Is gonna be there too. So
Yeah, Lion Heights News. The other thing, again, which we're gonna keep telling you, is that we have the Blank Check Riddim coming out January 15th. And Fyah Sthar actually passed through the studio just a few days ago, and I got him to sit down a bit and just chat, maybe for like 10 minutes or so about it, just a quick thing. So I'm gonna play that interview at the end of this episode. But yeah, people, the Blank Check is gonna be super nice. We have a bunch of very cool artists, and as time goes on, we'll reveal to you who those people are and give you some clips and stuff like that. But the last thing on the Lion Heights News, I have to say,
yes,
Jeremy cut his locks.
I did.
Jeremy
Yeah.
cut his bumba
Cut my
locks.
I just did it for attention, really.
No, but I did want to ask you about
I'm
it
joking.
because how long did you have them?
You know what? I honestly don't even really know because I wasn't keeping track like some people just keep super track of it, and I just kind of didn't really.
I mean, how did you feel like when you cut them, man?
Honestly, it felt amazing. It felt amazing to like put my head under like the water and feel it all over my head.
Mm-hmm.
It was, it was refreshing because I haven't had like, this isn't a shaved head, but like a buzz or whatever it's called for like a long time. So,
And like on a spiritual aspect of it, was there any reason for the cutting of them? Did you feel like you needed to shed some old self or something like that?
probably in some kind of way.
Yeah.
I just like starting, I don't know. It was something that was on my mind, and when a new year starts, and I feel like there's something that you've been wanting to do, like whatever it is, it's like, better do it. Like come into the new year fresh with it, and don't let it like weigh you down, Yeah. Like try to have the mindset of starting like a new year fresh.
I was just, it was just interesting to talk about with you earlier because we were talking about, I mean, like, you were saying like I'm not Rasta, so I don't need to hold my hair forever. It was just like a stage of my life that I passed through, and I felt like my time is expired or whatever. And it doesn't. If you cut your hair, just so people know, it doesn't take away from the way you think or the values that you have. It's not like you're cutting your hair and now you no longer think the way you do.
Right.
It's not like that. And a lot of Rasta people do cut their hair still and continue to hold the faith. So, but anyway, but you look good, bro. So
thank you.
Just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah,
in case people were wondering. So anyway, let's move on to the next little thing that we got. We only have a few new musics. We didn't really do that much. I think that everyone's been kind of busy over the break.
Unprepared for this one.
It's all good. So Tom, you brought a little song today.
Yeah.
Tell me about the song you brought.
It's a tune by Chris Potter, and he's playing with a drummer by the name of Eric Garland, who is one of my favorites, and somebody else, James Francis. I forget if he's on guitar or keys, but Chris Potter did this work with a group called The Underground, and it's not straight jazz. It has a little bit more of like a jazz funk feel, and this is an album along those same lines. With the production's a little bit different. The production is a little bit more R&B or hip hop influenced.
That's cool.
So yeah, let's give it a listen.
All right. Belt siren. Drums are crazy. He's like in and out of the time.
Hanging song?
This is new. Ultra Hanging.
It's getting crazier and crazier. Damn, I definitely got to check that out more later. It's not it's not my style that I usually listen to, but it was jamming, dude.
Right?
I was
It is.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's wicked.
And it's so funny because in the production world, I'm just so stuck on like, you gotta play to the click and you gotta like be tight. And this type of fusion is so cool because they can come in and out of the time. It's so much like a feeling thing and
It's like
not
fluid.
Yeah, where like when you make pop production, you want everything to be perfect, but I don't know.
They have like impeccable time. Like that's how they can do that.
come in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was dope.
It's like second nature. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Well, I brought a tune, or I have two songs that I wanted to just show y'all real quick. I watched this movie called Finding Joseph I, and it was about the Bad Brains singer HR. And Bad Brains, we talked about it a little bit in the last podcast, but probably one of my favorite bands of all time. HR was like one of my favorite, singers. And I had no idea he was so troubled and he had so much, strife in his life. And so you should check out the documentary. It's Amazon. I don't have Netflix, so I watch the Amazon shit. But yeah,
I
man.
saw that.
And one thing that caught me was I didn't know this, that he had to go to jail. I can't remember what he had to go to jail for. I think it might have been during one of his shows. He saw a guy like mishandling a woman and like abusing her or whatever in the front row, and he took the mic stand and popped the guy in the head with it and knocked him out.
Nice.
Which is crazy. And I think that he had to go to jail for that. So when he was in jail, they were in the middle of recording an album, and they recorded a song over the phone in jail, which is some Vibes Cartel stuff. But this is way before that. This is in the early 80s. So this is it. Tune called Sacred Love by Bad Brains. You hear the voice, right?
Is it through a telephone?
Yeah, he was on the telephone.
And what's he saying?
Sacred Love.
I gotta say, this is some jailhouse rock.
Lame.
Baby, 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 I still want you come to me as a horse. Don't lust on my body, baby. That's a bore. I see our love as being sacred.
But anyway, you can hear I'm talking about how his voice is like that.
I never knew that. I know that song, and I didn't know that was
Right?
what happened.
I didn't know that either.
So, how long was he in jail for? Because this wasn't like an overnight trip. This seems like an
it was-
extended stay.
I'm not sure how long he was there. It wasn't like years. It was just like maybe months. He had to. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I love Dr. No's guitar work on there. And I'm looking at the album cover, and it's just Dr. No and Daryl, the guitar and bass players. That's the photo of the album cover. Probably because he was in jail. He couldn't be in the photo. Like, I don't know, but it's crazy. But anyway, my favorite song off this album is "She's Calling You." I just want to play that real quick. Anyway,
Kind of sounds like Rick James.
dude, this album is so different than their other records. It's my favorite one, Eye Against Eye. And yeah, man. I don't know. I just really recommend seeing that documentary, Finding Joseph I, on Amazon, because that dude is such a visionary. And I feel like, I don't know, he just kind of got lost in time. And a lot of it is when you see the movie, you'll see like it's his mental state that like prevented him from really going further. But still, it's crazy. Like the amount of artists that are influenced by this band is ridiculous. It's kind of, and it's funny
that's
because
true.
Sublime is kind of like one of those bands, right? Where like when we're talking about in the world of reggae music, and especially American reggae, you can root back a lot of bands' influence back to Sublime, right? They started with that. Well, Sublime, their main influence, well, one of them among many, but they loved Bad Brains. And in the documentary, I was telling you earlier, it's kind of cool that when HR was like kind of on the streets and a little lost, like he was in LA, so Sublime picked him up and was backing him for a little bit. And Sublime was basically being Bad Brains for like a string of shows. And I never knew that about them. That's pretty awesome. You know, and they had enough respect for that artist and that elder to say, yo, like, whatever we can share with you, we're going to do it. And they, you know. But anyway.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I wonder if there's footage of that show.
There is, dude. It's in the
way.
documentary.
Really?
It's in the documentary.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's
look
like,
at that.
dude, it's like a backyard party. Like one of the shows is just like a backyard thing where Sublime and HR are playing in someone's party.
What?
But that's what I'm saying. Like this is all before these people. HR was always, I think he was always a legend in the punk rock scene. But this is when Sublime was coming up. You know what I'm saying? They weren't like huge yet. But I don't know. It's just crazy. Yeah. So, and he's still around. He's not gone. He's still here. So you never know what Bad Brains might come around and do some more music.
That would be cool.
So moving on. All right, one thing that, you know, we can't not talk about is what happened yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Oh, let me tell you.
James slept through all of yesterday. That was a serious question.
So anyway, around 2 p.m., I see, you know, I go on Facebook and I see that the Trumpsters are coming up to the Capitol. And I watched the whole thing go down. And it was funny because on NBC, it seemed like they were really relaxed about it. Like, oh, it's very peaceful and, you know, nothing's really happening. And then on ABC, they were losing their shit. And they were like, there's shots and tear gas and explosions. And they were like, you know, freaking out about it. So I was like, wow, it's so funny how you look at the different news outlets and what are you to believe, right? What is the real?
And that's how Facebook is. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the time of disinformation, it seems like. But I don't know. Do y'all have any thoughts about it? Do y'all?
I don't. I was working most of the day and kind of was just, I didn't even know this was going on.
Yeah.
Like,
We're going to welcome in our manager, Tree, to the podcast.
Tree.
So anyway, yeah, we're just discussing the whole thing that happened yesterday with the Trump team. And I mean, personally, the one thing that I just, you know, I know everybody's already saying this online is like the definite difference in what happened during the BLM protests over the summer versus what happened yesterday and how it looked like the police were on their side. Like, I saw people taking selfies with the police. You see the police move the barricades aside and let them come through to the Capitol.
Also, the chief of the Capitol Police, or whatever title that would be, he had to resign today.
Boom. I mean, there was definitely some brotherhood type of shit going on.
Oh,
where,
yeah.
You know, and we know this. This
Yeah.
is, yeah, I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but I just have to state it so that, you know.
Right.
'Cause it's crazy, man. It's just like, wow. We knew this shit was true for a long time, but like just watching it happen, it's laughable.
And now people are saying if it's that easy to get into the Capitol, we should go back and try and storm Area 51 again.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
They didn't even try, though. They didn't really do it.
No, but remember...
Yeah, but they didn't really do it.
This
I
could
know,
have been
now,
us.
'cause
This
they
could have been
thought it
us storming 51, but nobody wanted to get into it. But like,
Yeah, now we realize
if
it's
we
so
had
easy
that
to get
kind
the
of
Capitol, you just
manpower-
go.
Well, you need Trumpers to do it.
Yeah.
Not just anybody. And this is the whole conversation here is that, like, it's who you are that gives you the ticket to exercise your American right to protest or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's so messed up. So yeah, if we wanted to get a bunch of angry racist white people to storm Area 51, they probably would not shoot them.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping they would.
It's a win-win either way. We either see what's in Area 51 or a bunch of racist white people get shot.
Hey, either way.
Win-win.
I'm not advocating violence, but this is a hypothetical.
yeah. This is a
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It was surreal. It was surreal watching that, and then to hear like somebody got shot is also crazy.
yeah.
And
I don't know anything about that really. Who got shot?
James is our on
Who
the
got
scene
shot?
reporter.
Yes, I'm here live at the Capitol.
No, you're not. But you saw the video. We didn't even
The
see
capital city of Texas. I meant Austin.
We are.
No, yes, so the woman did get shot. She was trying to break into, I believe it was the Senate chamber.
That's correct.
That's correct, Tom.
Can verify.
And now Tom with the weather.
Way to
All
have a
right,
somber
sweet.
tone about this whole thing,
Yeah.
James.
I'm an optimist. I know we'll get through it as a country.
That's true.
Personally,
We will.
I'm not surprised at all, right? I mean, we knew that this shit was going to happen. We knew that they weren't going to leave peacefully and all that. And it's not our people that's doing that. To me, this is not, I don't consider them my people. But anyway, that was the most, I don't know, epic thing that happened recently. So I figure we might as well address it.
Oh, one other epic thing happened is that Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world.
I thought he was about to be.
As of today, he is the richest man.
Oh, what pushed
Not
him
that
over
it
the
affects
edge?
Us. I don't know.
Who was
knows?
Who was it before him?
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Really?
Yeah.
Richest man in the world? I thought Walmart was still richer than them, but I guess not.
I think they're in the top 10, like all
Amazon.
players.
But it's also richest known people, because think about how much people have money that's offshore, and you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
this is, like,
we
in
don't
the
know who
world.
the real players in the world are, because if you're really the richest person, the most powerful person, you don't want
That's
people to
true.
know.
Where do you hide $60 billion? Or
That's a good question. Only a really, really rich person that's been rich forever knows. Imagine your family is older than the government itself. Imagine your family's been running things from before government.
You got old money.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We don't even know this shit. We're like little ants. So, I don't know. Y'all are just looking at me like,
This one's getting tagged as conspiracy theory.
yeah, all of this is going to be flagged on Facebook for false information. That's how I roll, man.
and then Dree's going to have to sort it out.
I'm open to all the conspiracies because we don't know what's true.
No, I'm just
We
playing.
don't know what's true.
I
And
agree with that.
I will use my mind to discern what I think is real or not. QAnon stuff, I cannot get into. None of that shit looks legit to me. But I feel like an old school conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm still into like 9/11 was a plan. It was an inside job. Like, you know what I mean? That was like, to me, that was like, honestly, JFK's assassination was the first conspiracy theory that I ever heard about, you know what I mean? And then 9/11 was like the next one. And then now the floodgates have opened up, and
There's one about everything.
there's literally one for everything that ever happens. Even the
But
thing,
some of them a lot of them are based in truth, though. I think.
well, they all
Depending
have something that you could be like, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, most of them seem plausible.
Yeah, if you kind
a
of
very
think
basic
about it,
level,
you could be like,
that's-
I could imagine something where that could happen. Yeah, I don't know.
It requires some logic.
Is it
behind
actually
but you can
occurring
get-
right now? I don't know, but
It gets down to how legit the evidence is for me.
Yeah.
You know, seeing the evidence, and sometimes they have extremely doctored photos. It's things that are just very obvious. Like the QAnon stuff to me is just ridiculous. Like some of their claims and their memes that they put out are just ridiculous. But you know, one thing I keep seeing people post about yesterday was that main dude with the horns. Y'all saw, you know, they were like, he's an actor, and like this is all what do they call it? False flag.
False flag. That's bullshit.
I don't think there was a false flag. It doesn't seem like
It's
that
not
at
a
all.
false flag at all. A lot of those people that they have in the photos are known members of
Yeah.
far right extremist groups.
And
Like,
you can be an actor and a singer and a trumper. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that weird that dude just happened to be an actor in his real life. And then he was
was he?
Yeah, that's what, because
Or is he?
people were pulling up his headshot and saying like, "Oh, this dude's an actor."
Oh,
So he was
Yeah.
hired, and he was like the most in the front, right, and like getting his photos taken. So some people were like, he's giving the Trumpers a bad, like this is how ridiculous it is. People say that Antifa hired actors to pose as Trumpers to go in there and look stupid. And I'm like, y'all look plenty stupid by yourself. Like, you don't need actors. You would have to hire so many actors to look that stupid. They did it just fine. They did a great job. Great job.
Great job.
Best
job.
All I gotta
best protest
say,
ever.
Well done, mate.
I think
I was
it's
trying to
safe
do a Trump
say-
impression. I did not.
Good job.
I think it's
Good
safe to say
job,
they went a little
Jay.
too far, right?
Oh, lame.
There
Derp.
he goes.
Tom is cracking up. Well, anyway, we'll keep you updated with more weird conspiracies as we get into it further. And if you have your own conspiracies that you'd like to bring to the table, we're all ears. Let us know. Well, seeing as that we're getting close to time, might as well call it on this edition. But welcome to 2021. We have a lot more in store for you, and we're hoping that we can see each other face to face very soon. So
Only day 7.
right. But before I go, I'm going to leave you with the Fyah Sthar interview that we had this past weekend. So, yes, people, enjoy. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into this thing. We got Fyah Sthar here today at Tall Sky Studio for the PAWcast. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm here, live in living colors.
Yeah, man. So, and as we're gearing up for this next release that, it was a joy to collab with you on. I'm so thankful that we got you here to, kind of talk about it a little bit. So just to start things off for the people, what do you got going on in the next year or couple months for Fyah Sthar?
Yes, well, I got my album I'm working on, so that's a major thing I have to accomplish this year. And I have a lot of shows coming up. I have my birthday party.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, featuring Lionites, the great Lionites band. So you don't know, Dallas, Texas, Heroes Lounge, a place to be, the 15th, Friday, January, all right?
January 15th, people.
Yeah. So, a whole heap more different stuff, It will be, that day, we'll be releasing the Blank Check Rhythm too. You don't know, all courtesy of Lionites music. So
Yeah, man.
big things,
Yeah, and what's the name of your tune?
Yeah, well, my tune on that rhythm is called Name of Love, for the ladies, for the empresses, for, the beauty queens,
Hey. Yeah, man. We were just talking last night a bit about how the Blank Check is cool or the rhythm is cool because everybody kind of has their own take on what the lyrics about, what the content is about. And, and yours is the one love song. It's the only one.
Yeah, well, in anything you're doing, you can't leave out the female out of it. So,
True.
I'm honored and I'm blessed to be the one who will represent for the female on a great production and a great rhythm like this. So, definitely look out for the Blank Check rhythm. It's, it's coming with a bomb,
You had the Moving Up thing. Moving Up was your last release.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that seemed like it was doing really, really good.
Yes,
So.
it was and it is. Same way, still doing real good right now because, everywhere you turn, the song playing, the song on all type of different mixtapes and all these things. So it's definitely still out there, creating it waves and making it waves around the world.
Yeah.
So this Name of Love Now song, it's kind of releasing on a momentum also. So it's a good thing, to come from a dancehall song like Moving Up to a roots music like Name of Love. It's an interesting. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and we got to have you back in Austin more. You've been around doing music for a while in and out of Texas. What do you kind of see for the future of what we're calling this Texas reggae thing, you know? Or what should we be manifesting for the future, you know?
Yeah, well, really and truly, it's on a bright path, you know, because you know when you have people like Lionites or a Fyah Sthar or a Sacrifice from out of Houston or a Major Riley, you know, when you have all these talents around, it's just a matter of time because, you know, every day and every month and every year there's evolve, you know, different evolving happens. So, you know, there's nothing but growth. So don't expect it to be the same way it was 1990s or in the early 2000s. It's always gonna change and it's always gonna evolve and it's always gonna be growth, you know.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a time where place like Austin or Texas itself gonna be like even Jamaica and those places where you have a wide range of talent, all type of different talent, just trying to get out there, trying to get their music on different levels, different platform. So we expect nothing but growth and expect nothing but a bright future for the music in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. And I hope that the artists from the different cities will kind of support each other more and help lend their crowds to the you know, people that are coming to town and, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it will eventually happen, you know, because when in a situation like this now, you just need people to be leaders and just to lead, you know. Like how Lionites are lead and Fyah Sthar are lead out, meaning that, not meaning that leading don't mean that you're better than anybody, you know.
Yeah.
But it does meaning that you're setting an example. So as long as you're setting an example for ones to see and can follow, and it's a good example and it look bright and it look good and it look positive, you know, them gonna see it, and even if them not see it, their supporters or their people gonna point to them and say, hey, look at those people.
Yeah.
You know, look at that what they're doing right there. That's look good to me. You know, so it's all about setting an example.
Leading by example.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's like a foundation for
everyone, you know.
Yeah, true. Everything in life, honestly.
And not just the music too, because, you know, even the foundation or even certain little things we set up around the music, it can go for everything, anything will surround your life, liberty.
Well, yo, I'm hoping that it's just fun. It's a funny time to be talking about stuff right now because like we have this whole year ahead of us, right? So we're just like hoping that, you know, things will change from this last year and wondering what will happen. I mean, we have to like actually make the changes ourselves. So it's good to just air them out into the universe so, you know, we can see them happen. But this January 15th show is going to be a good first step into starting the year off right and doing some unity works.
Yes.
We'll be linking up together and doing music, and then we're going to bring Sean Austin with us as well.
Yes.
So we'll have multiple artists in the house, you know.
Yes, you know, I want to shout out Arsenal, the Artillery, Arden, and Dinachi out of Houston, Texas, because they'll be performing also. See. And, you know, I just want to shout out DJ Romy and Showtime Radio. Yeah, you don't know, he'll be the one who providing the music. I just want to say big respect to Queen Agnes.
Yep.
She'll be the host for the night. And, you know, we just want to say big respect to Dallas, Texas, Sportsism, Heroes.
Well, yeah. Anything else we should tell the people?
Yeah, well, we should just tell the people to, you know, just continue to just live your life, you know, just be real to yourself, you know, be observant, you know, and be thankful, you know, and most of all, be humble, you know. Keep working too, you know, don't make any pandemics or anything stop your strides. Yeah, keep moving forward, you know, and, you know, keep supporting our music too, you know.
Yeah, and each other.
Yeah, because you know, we have a music out there on the media, social media. So thank you very much for all who've been supporting Fyah Sthar and Lionites music. Yeah, and keep doing it, all right?
Yeah, well, people, you heard it here first. And we give thanks for having Fyah Sthar out here. And you guys, we're going to hear the blank check soon. I think I might give you a little sneak peek here at the end of this. But put it on the calendars. January 15th is going to be coming out, so we'll see you soon.
Art.
Fire!
Please. Girl, you got my full attention. I've been watching you passing by. I've always admired your beautiful smile.
Whoa, yeah.
Hi there, good looking. Could you spare me a moment? Can I express what's flowing through my mind? I've been searching for the perfect companion with whom I wanna spend my time. Girl, it could be me and you together and wrapped in the gift of a life. And I could be your one and only lover. It's up to you to make that choice. So let me love you in the name of love. Secure your heart, me not gonna break that. Love you in the name